Well, happy Thursday. I think today is September the 8th. I want to just thank you so much for taking time to watch this video whenever you're watching it. I just wanted to come to you today and just take a few minutes of your time and just kind of go through preparing for the AEP. Normally we do this through a webinar, but this particular time I want to do it face to face so that you can actually feel like we're together, and hopefully we can be together soon, whether it's in a face to face meeting, whether you come to the office or I come to you or whatever it may be. But I am looking forward to this AEP. I think there's going to be a lot of opportunity for agents, and our job at South Atlantic is to make sure that we give you everything you need, not only before the AEP, but during the AEP as well. So what I want to do again today is just take a few minutes of your time and just go through preparing for the AEP. I know last week, week before last, you got a pre-AEP checklist through our newsletter that Corey sent out. And if you took time to go through that, basically today, I'm going to be hitting on that a little more, and therefore just kind of answering a few questions and seeing how I can possibly make it a lot easier for you, just diving in and going face to face instead of you seeing an email. So on this little presentation I'm going through is basically just preparing for the AEP. A few of the checklist things, like I said, you got the other day was AEP 2023 certifications. We're going to hit on EAPs, supplies. We're going to hit on first looks, understanding plan changes and all that good stuff, kind of show you what I do to really compare the plans. The AEP reminder letter, we're going to take a look at that, kind of basically what you send your clients, reminding them, hey, the AEP is coming up and I'm going to be in touch with you. You're going to be getting other stuff in the mail from current carriers, and you'll be getting a lot of advertising or whatever. Don't worry about it. I got your back. Also, the new CMS Call Recording, we finally went live with that yesterday. So that is going to be an opportunity that I can kind of hit on here, and then encourage you to go through and really look at what it looks like from your side of things, and how you got your personal number, how you can call from your mobile device, and all that good stuff. And then last but not least, we're just going to hit on the goal. What is your goals this AEP, and how can I help you reach your goals during this AEP? So with that being said, let's dive right on in. The first thing, which is simple, is the AEP and the Carrier Certification. Listen, it's September the 8th. If you hadn't certified yet, please, as soon as you watch this, I hope you're watching it within the next day or so, but if you are watching this, I want you to stop what you're doing. I want you to go to your calendar in the next 2 to 3 days, get certified. Make me a promise and get certified before next Monday. Just get certified. Go ahead and get it knocked out. If you got any problems, give us a call. We'll be glad to help you. But what we did for you is we made your life a lot easier. If you go to southatlanticmgt.com and then go to our Agent Cafe, once you click on our Agent Cafe, use your username and password to log in. You got all that. If you don't have that, give us a call and we can definitely get you that. You should have that. Hopefully you got that. But if not, give us a call. Go down to where it says 2023 AEP, right up under 2023 AEP. So you got 2023 AEP, and then you'll go down to 2023 AEP and certifications. You click on that link. It'll bring every single carrier that we represent up, and you just click on the link and go to the appropriate training, get it knocked out. Please, 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 I'm begging you, get it certified. Knock it out before Monday. That's a promise that you and I are going to make, because here's the deal. If you don't get it done before Monday, or if you keep putting it off, number one, you're going to get closer to the AEP. You're not going to be organized. You're going to be rushed. You're probably not going to be able to get supplies. The same exact thing that I talked about a couple weeks ago, I'm talking about it again today. Get certified. Stop making excuses. Stop putting it off. If you need help, that's what we're here for. That's what our job is at South Atlantic, is to help you get certified. So please take time out of your schedule and do it. Today's Thursday. Do it before Monday. You got Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. You got all weekend. Knock it out. Promise me? Good. Number 2, EAPs and supplies. Before I go any further, your life is a lot easier now than it has been in the past few years, and you probably don't even realize it yet. Because you partner with South Atlantic, we have a portal called Medicare Center. And inside Medicare Center, which you're going to be hearing a lot about Medicare Center if you hadn't already, you can actually enroll all your clients inside Medicare Center. You log in, you're there. You click everything you need, you click the zip code, you do the carriers, it brings up every single carrier that you're certified and ready to sell. Again, that's why it's very important to be certified and ready to sell before AEP, because if you go in there October 15th and you try to do something with a 1/1 effective date, it's not going to let you. It's going to shut you out. Get certified. Medicare Center is your best friend. If you represent 5 carriers, for example, if you didn't have Medicare Center, you would have to log into 5 different carriers. Username, password. Go in there and enroll. It's just a pain in the neck. Medicare Center is going to make your life a lot easier. If you have not used Medicare Center before, please, please, please start this year. Everything is in one portal and a click of a button. Good news is it's like a CRM as well. It tracks all your business. It keeps your information in there for you. So everything is under one roof. I encourage you, if you have not done Medicare Center yet, logged in and played around with it, get on one of our trainings. Again, you go into the Agent Cafe, they got Medicare Center in there, and there's training in there, shows you exactly how to do everything that needs to be done for you to enroll your clients. The second thing, order supplies. Now this is where you got to log into the 5 different carriers. Log into your broker portal in each carrier, go ahead and order supplies. The only thing about ordering supplies is, again, you got to be certified. You see, the number one thing we keep going back to is if you're not certified, you're holding up the train for everything else. You can't you can't get supplies, you can't get leads or order leads or whatever. If you're doing with leads as AEP, you can't enroll anybody for a 1/1 effective date if you're not certified and ready to sell. You're not going to get renewals if you're not certified and ready to sell. Get certified and ready to sell so that you can take advantage of Medicare Center, and also you can take advantage of ordering supplies through the broker portal or whichever carriers that you need information on. Another thing on ordering supplies that I have seen a lot of agents run up against over the last, who knows how many years, is that when they order supplies, they just figure they go into their county, state, or wherever they're working at, they just click, 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 click. Well, they get a ton of supplies, whether it's PDP, whether it's a HMO, or whatever, that they don't need. Make sure, and we're going to talk about plan changes, comparing plans, first looks here in just a few minutes, but make sure that you take time to pay attention to the supplies that you're ordering so that when you get a big box that's going to fill up half of your garage full of supplies, make sure you got everything you need so that therefore you're not sitting here come second week AEP and like, oh, I don't have an HMO summary of benefits or whatever it may be. So please pay attention to what you're ordering so that when you get everything, you got everything you need. Again, it's all about staying organized, pushing through, making sure you got the right plans, the right plan numbers, and so on and so on. So please pay attention to the supplies that you order, because a lot of agents just go through there and accidentally press things and they get 200 PDP books that they'll never write, or 100 VA plans that they may only do 50 or 5 on. So again, it's important to pay attention when you're ordering these supplies. So this is something that I really want to kind of dive in on for the next few seconds that I think, make sure you can see that I think is very important, that I have used for a very long time. And I create this every AEP because obviously plans are coming out, the whole 9 yards. I create an Excel spreadsheet. And what I do in that Excel spreadsheet is at the very top, I do carriers. And then on the left-hand side, I do like plan IDs, I do premiums, I do co-pays, I do hospital co-pays, you name it. And I lay out the top 5 plans in the area that I believe is that I will be using. So let's say, for example, our office is located in Anderson, South Carolina. So I would look in Anderson, South Carolina, look at all the best plans, and I will break that out. And then at the very bottom, I will put them in categories like Plan 1, which means that's my first go-to plan. Plan 2, this is my second go-to. Whether it's an HMO or PPO, whether it's a Part B give-back, I'll put all the Part B give-backs in one little area. So if there's 3 plans, let's say WellCare, Humana, and whoever else has a Part B give-back, well, I'll put them over there, and I'll classify them to figure out, in my opinion, what plan looks the best, is going to be most competitive. Now, again, you got to go through networks, make sure doctors and hospitals and all that are in network. But by doing that, you can actually get a clear picture to see, okay, I got 5 carriers, and I got, in my opinion, the Part B give back plan with this plan in Anderson County is going to be better from a copay side of things. Now, I don't mean because of copays and all that good stuff, don't mean it's going to be best for your client, but from your visual look and as comparing products and looking at your first look and really understanding what the landscape looks like, you got a clear picture. Say, okay, when I go talk to Miss Jones and look at her current coverage, so let's say, for example, she's currently on a plan X. Well, because things have possibly changed, networks may have changed, whatever. Now, my first choice, which is number 1, but because of what she needs, her may need to go to plan number 2. But by you being able to look at all the plans in one setting and say, okay, here we are with all the HMOs, all the PPOs. Now, we need to go look at our clients. So when you do reviews on your client's coverage, therefore you can see she has X or he has X, or they're currently on Medicare and Medicaid, or they may be on LIS, or they may be on a chronic plan, whatever it may be. You can see what they have and then go to a quick spreadsheet, go over to, Part B give back, or Medicare and Medicaid plans. All right, on Medicare and Medicaid plans, I see that her current plan, in my opinion, for 2023 is choice number 3. Well, I can move her to choice number 1, in my opinion, because according to her benefits and everything she needs, it'll be the best fit for her. So it is important to compare benefits and really have it out where you can say, all right, here's my HMOs, here's my PPOs, here's my Part B givebacks, here's my Medicaid, and just combine them all into an area so that when you look at all the PPOs, all the HMOs, it's a lot easier to understand, a lot easier to read. Again, you got to be organized. You got to make sure you're on top of everything. So when you sit down and review your client's current coverage, prescriptions, and all that good stuff, you can make a decision real fast that I think this is going to be a better plan because of why. Prescriptions cheaper, hospitals are, networks better. I don't know, whatever the situation may be, but go in there. It creates you an Excel spreadsheet with your counties that you work. And also, this don't hurt to print it out and have it. So if you're in a client's house, you pull up, Anderson, South Carolina, here's a quick little cheat sheet on all the plans available in that county. So again, by having it broken out, you can actually see what you got and what works best. Now, another thing, you're probably going to disagree with me, but that's fine. I feel like I need to tell you this. When you are looking and comparing plans, I know on the Medicare and Medicaid side of it, you got the dental, hearing, and vision, all that, which is very strong. Over the counter, all that stuff is very, very good. Now, when you're on Medicare and Medicaid, it's a different story. But just remember, when you're comparing plans, look at the copays or the specialists, the hospitals, the doctors, the prescriptions. Look at all that stuff first before you look at all the extra benefits. I'm not saying the extra benefits are not good. They are very good. But take a look at your current lineup. Who's the primary doctor? Who's the primary specialist? Who's the hospital they go in? And make sure the plans are going to cover that first, and they're going to be the most affordable and the best price and the best situation and prescriptions for your client. Then, oh, by the way, Miss Jones, because this plan is going to be good here, you also get X over the counter. You also get X in dental benefits. So take a look at the plans. Know your market, know your current client situation. Therefore, when you go sit down with them face to face, you then have an opportunity to say, hey, this is what you currently have. This is what I recommend and why. I'm your agent. I'm the professional. It's my job to at least present you with what I think is best in the area. So again, this first look thing I think is very important. You can just do this on a quick Excel spreadsheet. You can take a look at mine because you'll get a copy of this presentation while you're when it comes to you. So take a look at it and kind of break it out, to what you think looks good. And I will be more than glad if we need to do another call or training on the way that I particularly do it. I'll be more than glad to do that as well. AEP reminder letters. This is kind of like a generic mail out that people do that we have used. We also do basically like a regular letter. Just a AEP reminder letters for current clients. Let them know it's that time of the year again, and let them know they are getting a ton of mail. They're going to get their annual notification of change information. They're going to get calls. Hopefully it's going to be with the new CMS recording. There's going to be so much activity and confusion that is going to be going on from basically now all the way through, and it's been going on all year. But let them know. Make a call out to them. Now, again, if you're making a call and think it's going to turn into a sales presentation or whatever, then you need to make sure it's recorded. But if you're just reaching out to them, hey, Miss Jones, this is Jason Thomason. Hope you're having a great year. It's that time of the year again. Time flies by. Going to be out doing reviews. Want to touch base with you, let you know that I'm here. I haven't forgot about you. When will be a good time for us to get together and review your coverage? Simple as that. By mailing out the cards, a lot of people change phone numbers. By mailing out these cards, you're hitting them twice. If you're using emails, you can use a generic email, whatever. But at the end of the day, you got to make sure that you're staying in front of these clients. Calling is very important. And then last but not least, sending a letter, email, Facebook advert message, or whatever it may be. Stay in front of your clients, because if you don't, I promise you somebody else will. So this little generic piece that we've been using works very well. And we got a few other ones on our website that you can take a look at. The CMS Call Recording, here we are, is here, it's live, and it is for you. Medicare Center. If you look at this little presentation right here, this is just a basic. Once you log into your Medicare Center website, this little screen is going to pop up. It's going to have your name at the top if you have used Medicare Center. If you have not, then you need to create use your user, I think it's your NPN number. Use your NPN number, create a password, and we can help you get through that. But you are going to have a unique Medicare Center phone number designed for you. And during that, you can use it. It's all calls made to and from with your information. It's going to be recorded. It's only accessible to you. It's your designed phone number. It's also going to be saved in your CRM. You can also it's going to be saved for 10 years, because that's what CMS is requiring right now. It's downloadable to your personal phone, and also you can learn right below that. You'll be able to learn step by step on how to use the phone number and how you can access all your clients' information through Medicare Center. Again, if you are going to make, the only reason you need to have this recording is if you are going to make sales calls and enroll. Even if you think you're going to call and check in, but there may be a way that you're possibly going to enroll somebody over the phone. If that's the situation, it's got to be recorded. I know, but I promise you it's going to make life a little easier, because all your clients, my clients, everybody's clients getting calls from these call centers. By having this recording, I think it's going to eliminate a lot of that. But we got to make sure that if you are making a call and I don't care if it's a current client and you're just changing them to another plan, it's got to be recorded. If it's a sale over the phone, it's got to be recorded. If you look at the very top, it literally says per CMS, for all your sales calls, you got to use this recording for all your sales calls. Whether that's current clients, old clients, new clients, future clients, who knows? If you're calling and you have an idea that it's potentially going to turn into a sale, go ahead and record it. Make life a lot easier, and I promise you, you're going to be a lot happier, because you won't get in trouble. And therefore, we don't have to worry about anything. But Medicare Center has you covered. Again, going back to what we talked about in the very beginning, if you have not certified yet, get certified, because all this information that we're going over today is not going to do you any good. Stop procrastinating. Do the work so that you can have a great AEP. And by having a great AEP, we're going to talk about one thing before we close this little meeting out this afternoon, is setting goals. We are getting a raise again for Medicare Advantage. So I think it's like 301. Renewal and 601 or 600 or whatever for new. We have came a long way over the last 6, 8, 10 years now. I can't remember how long it's been since it's been dropped, but renewals are getting higher. The competition is getting higher. You have an opportunity from October 15th to December 7th to get out there and make a lot of money. Not only make a lot of money for a January 1st payday, but also make a lot of money for a future income renewal. And I'm telling you, at 25, 26, whatever 300 divided by 12 is, it adds up. And it's going to add up fast. Your renewals are going to be great. I think it's like you get an average, $6 renewal on final expense. So for every 4 or 5 final expenses, 1 Medicare Advantage. Good thing about Medicare Advantage is a 0 premium. It's easy to sell. Also, you're protecting people. Not only you obviously you're protecting people on life insurance, but on Medicare Advantage, you're protecting people. You're preventing them from having crazy copays. As long as high prescription costs. That's your job. That's what we do. We protect people from with their financial situation, whether it's in their health insurance or their life insurance or whatever. That's what we do. We protect families. Set a goal. If you got, let's say you wrote 25 last year, try to write 50 this year. If you wrote 50 last year, try to write 100 this year. If you wrote 100, try to write 150, 200. But to put a plan of action together to set a realistic goal, because you got a short window. How much money you want to make this AEP? How many people you need to see? How many calls you got to make? What kind of leads are you using? Make sure you stay compliant. If you got a block of business of people that needs to review their coverage, ask for referrals, have them, Ms. Jones, you know anybody this plan will help? If it is, please have them call me. Here's my card. Again, you got to stay compliant. If they call you, you think you're going to talk sales, make sure it's CMS compliant. But again, set a goal. If you start October 15th and you're just going to go out there and see what happens, I promise you're going to have the same results that you've had in the past. You're not going to do nowhere near what you have done. You would be surprised. I don't know if it's still legit, but I think either a year or two ago, I think the average, nationwide average of a Medicare Advantage agent enrollment during AEP is somewhere between 7 to 10 apps. Think about that. 7 to 10 apps during AEP. I mean, that's horrible. Now, that may be a part-time person who only works a day a year. But if you're a full-time agent and you're not writing 100 and 150 a year during AEP now, not throughout the year, but during AEP, we need to work together with you to make sure that you're writing 100 to 150 new clients now, not going out there rolling what you currently got, but new clients during AEP. And I promise you, we can do it. We have agents who started in July who write 100 their first AEP. And I mean, they only have 3 months? July, August, 3 or 4 months. So the opportunity is there. The question is, how hard are you working? So when you're watching this right now, I want you to stop and just, obviously you got to certify. I don't want to get off certified track, certification, but set a goal. What is it that you are looking to do this AEP? How much money do you need to make during this AEP? What do you want your renewals to look like January of 24? Therefore, let's say that number's 30 grand, 40 grand, whatever it may be. Now divide that out by $300. And so let's say that comes to, you got to write 100 people. This is $30,000. You got to write 100 people. Now you take that 100 people and break it out by the weeks. So I got to write X amount of people this week, this week, this week, this week, all the way through the AEP. Now don't forget you got Thanksgiving during November. But take the time to take those numbers and break it out. Then once you get those numbers together, now you got to figure out how to see people. Because I can tell you right now, if you hadn't been working throughout the year, meeting people, getting people's information, getting scopes signed, getting consent to contact forms signed, getting referrals, and you're waiting to September the 8th to go out there and write a lot of people during AEP, it's going to be very hard. Is it possible? Sure, everything's possible. But if here we are today and you've been working throughout the year and you got a bunch of people that you got to follow up with, you got to see, set that number down. Look at it. How many people you got to see? All those people you talk to, they already know who you are. You've made contact with them. If you're buying leads during AEP, obviously they got to be compliant. Stay compliant. How many leads do you need to buy in order to meet your goal? Yeah, you make a big initial investment up front, but I promise you, if you stay consistently doing it, you're going to make a lot more money in the long run. That's the good thing about the insurance business. A sale today, I've heard this for years. A guy told us this one time and it stuck in my head. I mean, gosh, ever since I've been in business. A sale today is an income for tomorrow. You got to remember that. What you're doing today, not only are you protecting people today, but you're protecting them and their family tomorrow. If you're making money today, because we have a residual income, you're getting paid tomorrow. And so on and so on and so on. So I encourage you to really take a look at what you're currently doing, your current database. How are you setting up your AEP? How have you set it up in the past? Did you get the results that you really wanted last AEP? I can't tell you how many times agents say, well, I really didn't do what I thought I was going to do. Say, people, why not? You had the same amount of time as all those other people. You had the same exact 12 months in a year as these other people did. What are you doing different? How come they're more successful than you are? Or how come you're more successful than they are? Take time to literally evaluate your business, to take a look at where you currently are, your current goals. If you currently don't have goals, then just, you need to start today, right now. As soon as we're looking at this, pause it, write a goal. Take a piece of paper, set your goal for the next 6 months. Whether you do it spiritually, financially, mentally, physically, whatever it may be. Don't wait to January 1 and say, this year I'm going to start working out, so I'm going to go ahead and set goals. Start today, September the 8th, which you're probably watching this at another time, but when you're watching this, whatever your goal is for AEP, I'll tell you what I'll do. If you're watching this, I want everybody to take a pen and paper out right now. My personal email is Jason, Jason, at southatlanticmgt.com. Jason at southatlanticmgt.com. So once you hang up, click off this video, I want you to send me a personal email, and I want you to say, my goal this AEP is X. And then I'm personally going to reach out to you on a phone call, and I'm going to help you. I'm going to hold you accountable for that goal. So you're watching this, Jason at southatlanticmgt.com. Whatever your goal is for AEP, send me an email. Say, Jason, my goal this AEP is X. I'm going to respond back, and I'm going to set a time for you and I to talk, and we're going to work together through it. We're going to draw it out. We're going to see how you're going to meet that goal, a realistic goal, of course. But let's just shoot for the sky. Let's just go with it. I'm going to work together with you to make sure that we do everything we can to meet your goal this AEP. So with that being said, I want to thank you so much for taking time to watch this video. I'm looking and waiting for everybody's email to come through, and I look forward to having the best AEP that we have ever had. Because of your support, because of our support, we're going to continue to build relationships with clients. We're going to continue to build relationships with agents to deliver the true results that we know that we can give by doing what we know how to do. And that's sell insurance, and that's provide financial freedom for agents, and also protect more people and more families with their life and health insurance needs. So I hope you have a great day, and look forward to getting your emails and talking to you soon.